All right, how's everyone doing today? My name is Chris Allen from Chris Allen VGC, owner of the Gauntlet and co-conspirator on the Wandering Legends podcast. Today we're doing a fun little video. Me and Steven here, my partner in crime for a couple little things we do. We are going to be taking a look at the SSBG Singles Draft League. It is a 9 week event. I have just finished my week 5, so this will be our kind of mid-season report cards where we'll look through the standings, look through the games, and Stephen will get to watch them. I don't think I've shown him any of these yet, so he'll get to kind of watch them and narrate from another single player perspective on how we managed to squeak by and do pretty good in our first draft league.
Yeah, man, I'm excited to see that you're right up there in the standings. Pretty cool for your first time around in this draft league.
And considering I just started singles like maybe 2 weeks before this,
Yeah,
when me and you
definitely.
like started doing the single stuff. So like I was honestly like, listen, as long as I get a couple wins and don't go like 0-8, I'm okay.
No, I mean, you've definitely adapted really quickly. And I mean, it just comes from your base of knowledge, you know. So I knew that you would have an upper hand against at least half of the division, I felt like. So I'm glad to see you doing so well.
Thank you. And with that, guys, Stephen, go ahead and just let everyone know where you were from, what you do, and throw a plug.
Yeah, my name is Steven. I also go by Poke Technician. That's my YouTube channel. If you guys want to check me out, I do some fun competitive singles stuff, a lot of draft league, and I have dabbled in some VGC. But I'm also an admin for the SSBG Squirrel Squad Battle Group, and they are the ones who are hosting this DLC. I'm part of the council for that, so me and a group of other people decided how everything would be tiered out and how the draft would work. But yeah, and I'm also a participant. I'm in a different division than Chris, but I am 4-0 currently, hoping to play my fifth game today. If not, it'll be by tomorrow. So
And we will have a two-part to this. So I will, in the link for this video, I'm going to link Steven's channel and I'll link the video specifically on his channel where we're going to look at it from his perspective. So we're going to basically just swap seats. We'll watch his games and look at how he made it to hopefully 5-0 at that point in time. I'm knocking on wood for you though, just to be safe.
yep.
And we'll have that. So those links will be in the description. So be sure to check it out and look at his channel for some really good content for single stuff.
Yep, definitely. I do have all of my battles so far live commed on my channel too. So once we go through these, you can get a more in-depth look there as well if you want to actually see my thought process live during the battle.
All right. Sounds good. And with that, so I'm going to go ahead and share, and we're going to look. Let's start off just looking at the overall tier list here. Stephen helped make this tier list, if I'm correct.
Yep.
So looking at it here, you'll see S tier. S tier, we all got one pick. Fermosa, Zeraora, Blaspion, Galarian, Darmanitan, Celesteela, 50% Zygarde, Urshifu, Single Strike, um, Tornadus, Therian, Tapu Lele, Tapu Koko. It was kind of funny to me that these two are the Tapus that got really high on S tier when Tapu Fini has been dominating on the VGC scale, and you
Yeah.
never see those two.
Interesting. Yeah. Tapu Koko is like notorious for being like a top draft pick ever since it was released in singles. So yeah, I mean, Tapu Fini is a really good support mon in singles, but it's not so completely overpowered like a lot of these Pokemon.
Yeah, and Tapu Koko went undrafted, by the way.
I think it went undrafted in our division as well.
Oh well. Spectier, Magearna, Lando, Cartana, Heatran, Dragapult, Cinderace. And you guys can kind of look here. I'm not going to name them all, but as you'll see, very, very solid tier list here they did. And they did this before the update to rankings for Fairmosa. I think that was like 2 weeks after y'all finished this.
Yeah, this system we did this right about when Zygarde got banned. We did still decide to make it legal for our draft because in draft certain things don't work as well as they do in Smogon, especially when you can't take your opponent by surprise. You're going to be counter teaming them specifically. So we thought these were still fair Pokemon to include.
I mean, the only one I'd argue is Fairmosa is so broken. Like it really is. I feel it more in draft. You'll see. I actually got to play Fairmosa in my first 5 weeks, but Fairmosa is just a lot trickier to counter and cover. And in a draft, you're a little bit more limited in how you counter certain threats. So even though you know it's coming, there's some threats that you can't break. You know.
I don't know about that. The team that chose Faramosa in our division is doesn't have a single win. They're 0-5,
Oh wow.
and I think in draft it's easier to take on than Smog on OU actually because a grassy glide, say from Rillaboom, is going to do over 50% to it. So I mean, if you can just find a way to chip it with priority moves or a focus sash or something like that, it's not unbeatable.
Good to know.
Yeah.
And looking at our side of the bracket here, we had Vincent, we had a different Steven, him to be. Um, Chris is that's Gonzalez. He is a very good doubles player. Uh, so he decided to start trying out singles. You have Jamie, myself, Bear, Matt. Both of those guys, along with Vincent and Jamie, are probably for the. I put those guys. I'd say those four are really strong within Ssbg as a whole. They're definitely in a top 10 comparison right there.
For sure.
Then we have Brooke, Jake, we have Daniel here, and Browning at the back. So just we're gonna look at my team individually. Uh, Temp Bay Thunderbolts. We took Urshifu single strike. Uh, it was on the board here when we picked mid round, so I was a little nervous for some of my picks. So I took that. My second pick, I went almost in order. I literally went straight down the list for my picks. Took Victini second. Same reason. It's another really good wall breaker. Third, I took Corviknight. Corviknight I took for basic bulk up or iron defense, body press. But also, I've been using it for a tailwind setter for some of my slower stuff, like the Galarian Moltres and the Nidoking, right? Because we don't have max here, so you can't max Airstream to pick up your speed. So I've actually been using Tailwind on Corviknight in a few sets just to have him come in, Tailwind, and then take a big hit, and then Brave Bird to make sure he dies as quick as possible, and then just pivot out to whoever my breaker is going to be under Tailwind. Uh, with that, that's why I took Nidoking and Galarian Moltres. Galarian Moltres and Nidoking both extremely good. Nidoking is my fun fact for the day. Has used 0 items the entire draft league.
You're not running an item on Nidoking.
I keep forgetting.
Are you serious right
I swear.
now?
I swear, dude. I
Oh my
literally, I think
god.
week one, I put an item on it, and I went to change it for week two, and I've been playing all my games for my phone, so I didn't realize it didn't like go through. So he didn't have an item game two. So I realized that after the match, and I was like, oh, cool, that's cool. And then in games 3 and 4, I forgot to even put it on there because I really wasn't using him as my breaker for those 2 games. And then in game 5, I went to put an item on him, and I was going to just throw a choice scarf on him because I wasn't worried about it. I was actually not using Tailwind, and I accidentally put choice scarf on my Galarian Moltres. Came in, I got 2 nasty plots set up, and I was locked in the nasty plot.
Oh my god.
And so then I had to switch out, and I thought it was going to hurt me so bad. And you'll see that's why I'm going to switch out in that 5th game. So that's just a little fun fact. I've been winning games with no item on Pokemon.
Wow, that's actually surprisingly impressive. I did not know that. But I do like your Tailwind, Nidoking, and Moltres core there. That's actually really nice. Well thought out.
Yeah, and that was kind of I was trying to think about because newer to this, and then I was kind of wanting things that pair, and I went very breaker. I'm not good with the long stall game. And to me, being a newer singles player, especially, it's a lot easier to make that misread or make that mistake when you play that slower game because you have to have a lot more control over it. Where with this, I'm playing a very fast. I'm just going to hit you as hard as I can, break things, and then I'll have one setup mon on the field throughout the game. Um, so that's kind of why I did it that way, and that's literally just a sacrifice pawn to set up the back row. And then for this the mid section of the draft, I took Mantine, mainly Roost, Bounce, Scald, pretty bulky. So I grabbed that as another option in place for Corviknight for games. I took Dancy. I mainly took this rock polish type of stuff, a good ability. If you have a good matchup, it can set up pretty well. I feel like, especially in draft league, when it's not expected. So I haven't used it at all. I've only used the same 6 Pokemon for 5 weeks.
Are you
Um,
serious?
yeah, I haven't even changed my spreads to be honest with you.
What? Man,
Yeah, I know.
who have
Luck.
you been playing?
I played Bear already, and I played Vincent too, and
That's
Jamie. I
crazy.
played three of the four that I mentioned.
Who was your one loss to? Vincent?
Jamie.
Jamie. Oh, Jamie. You played Jamie. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Uh, Galarian Corsola, who has been a very great Pokemon for me. Whirlpool for trapping, Nightshade for chip, Rocks for rocks, and the fourth move I've kind of
Strength Sap,
mixed and
Willow.
matched, but Strength Sap stayed on it. Quagsire basically runs similar to how Corsola would. Ability to just set up, ignore other opponents' bulk ups. They can bulk up all they want. Quagsire comes in, it doesn't matter to him. So lets me ignore you setting up and continue chip and then go to Quag. Shed Ninja, because I do plan on using a Shed Ninja cheese team. That is happening. And then Reggie Rock. Um, Reggie Rock was just like a grab. I figured I could do something with him at some point if I really wanted to get, interesting.
Just to
So,
make sure on your Shedinja cheese, you know that baton passing stats is legal, right?
oh no, I would honestly just run heavy duty boots, poltergeist, protect, and maybe I don't know, sword stance, depending on if it can get in front of something that can't kill. Because honestly, if you sword stance up and then you use poltergeist, you're gonna almost one shot a lot of things.
Truth.
Like
Unless they're a Nidoking not running an item.
maybe then you're in trouble. So we'll look at my kill count. I'm gonna pull that up and we'll flip back and forth between that as well as the videos as we watch. Let me just flip over here to my page. Oh no, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna show the standings. Uh, that's what we want to look at.
There you go.
So
Yeah.
here's the standings so far. Week one, I got to play against Bear. Uh, and Vincent recently. So right now, here's our standings. Number one, we have Jamie at 4-0 right now. Number two, we have Bear. He's at 3-1. Number three is myself at 3-1. Uh, Dracovich's, Vincent's 2-2. Matt's 2-2. Chris Gonzalez is 2-2, and then Brooke is 1-3. And actually, Brooke, I just played Brooke, so it's not updated fully. She'll be 1-4, and I will be 4-1 going into week 6. So not too bad. We are tied right now with that 2 and 3 slot, and technically we have the head-to-head. But
You
I
do
think,
actually head to head. I don't know if you knew, but that is our main tiebreaker. So technically, you're in the two spot
yeah. I mean, I don't
when
know.
it comes to playoffs. Sorry, when it comes to playoff seeding, basically.
Yeah, for playoff ranking, I'd be 2, but because
Right.
in the regular standings we use differential, I'm 3. But for a playoff picture, guys, I do have the head-to-head here, so that's always good. And those two play each other still, so that's a
Yep.
nice thing. Um, he can beat him and knock him off, which means we all three beat each other.
Does Jamie has Pheromosa? Is
Yep.
that who? Yeah, I thought so. Okay.
Yeah, you'll see. So first up, this is our first week game. This is against Bear. My thoughts going into this, I wanted to build the team that I could use for multiple weeks and do very little changing to said team. The reason for this is A, now when I do change a team, it is a complete surprise. So I tried to build what I thought was my best core here. Going in, he does have the Landorus, he does have the Rillaboom and the Halucha combo, so he can set terrain, Grassy Seed, and have really good speed control. He has Inteleon, he has that Slowking that we've seen do a lot of stuff here recently. Um, and so if you look at my side, I'm bringing a lot of offensive firepower.
And Corsola. Yeah. Yeah. So there he reveals the scarf. I'm assuming you're probably max speed set. Oh wait. Yeah. Life orbed. That was a big misplay on his part, I think. Not packing a teleport on this set.
Yeah, and then I mean, thankfully, Corsola was able to get through that, and Slow King was honestly one of the ones I was most worried about. He could have also ran some trick stuff as well
Sure.
with the PP stalling ability of it, trick an item, now lock me in, get me to go to struggles a lot faster. And that would have hurt something like Corsola too. So
Missed the whirlpool, so that does stink because he can now potentially pass his wish, but Nightshade, yeah. So, ooh, interesting play there. Nice. I didn't look at Bear Paw's team, so I don't know exactly how potentially bad this matchup was for him. But I definitely do think he did not bring a very good team to counter what you brought, at least.
yeah, I definitely think the matchup here, just on paper, did favor me.
Having multiple flying types really shuts down his team.
And that was my no item physical Nido King.
Physical Nido King. Yep.
Yeah, I
It
did
works
run
though.
physical for the first 5 weeks too.
It works if you get the right coverage on there.
But the thing is I was also I forgot I was running sheer force and all my physical moves, none of them really had extra effects.
Yeah.
So I was
Yeah, you got to be aware of that.
no item, no ability.
Yeah, I mean, even if he was just holding a life orb, it would be better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if in doubt, just slap a life orb on there.
And here I played a lot. I honestly probably could have just went to Urshifu
Yeah,
and not given him that extra kill.
you lost some differential there,
Yeah, I mean I did give up a +1 for free basically. Uh, but yeah, that was our match against Bear, and
but
we'll
that's a good win. Bearpaw is actually he's the season 2 champion. So anytime you can beat him, like you said, you had a fairly favorable matchup, I think, and yeah, outplayed him for sure there.
look at what he did have as his options. So he had a Frostmoth, Whimsicott, Aromatisse, Electivire, Inteleon, Jellicent, Beware, Galarian Slowking, Kommo-o, Halucha, Rillaboom, and Landorus T.
I think Evire was probably a really good bring there. I think Evire could have done a lot of work against you.
Yeah, multiple flying types. No,
If you catch Nido King with the EQ, that's going to hurt him too. Uh, yeah, you know.
all right, and then week 2 we played Jamie. Uh, going into this one, this was one where I was on. I was originally gonna go and do some stuff using Corviknight. I was gonna go for a bulk up, or iron defense, body press, roost set. But I ended up just reusing the same team. Did not alter the Corviknight for this game because of the Ditto. That was my biggest problem. Was I know Ditto's going to come in scarfed and steal whatever. So I don't really have anything. I mean, Victini does, but it's not going to. It if Victini dies, then I'm still in trouble. So I didn't want to let Corviknight be copied because then he can pretty much wreck a lot of my stuff. The only two answers I would have had would have been Victini and Kursla. So I decided to avoid that and try and not give him free stuff to use.
Yeah. Another interesting fact: Sucker Punch versus Pheromosa with your Urshifu, that would also do like well over 60 some percent, I think, to Pheromosa.
We'll see that this game too.
Yeah.
And this was a problem. He stole my Corsola.
Oof. Yeah. That's not doing anything. Tailwind. Interested to see the future sight there, considering you have a couple dark options on your team. Oh.
I forgot about the future sight, but I did think that he was going to Thunderwave, so that was the switch in, and then I was like, oh crap.
I mean, yeah, it seemed like a good play almost for a minute.
Yeah, that's really good. Oh, yeah.
Fusion Bolt, yeah. So now he's probably just hard switching, yeah. Goes for the Ice Beam. Wow, that does a heck of a ton of damage to Corviknight. Sludge. Wow, okay. Definitely predicting the switch there.
And this is a less bulky Corviknight because his job is to die a lot faster.
I see.
That way, I actually can get to Tailwind and utilize it. And that was a bad play by me. I really thought he was going to switch, so I didn't V create the first turn, which let him.
Costed you some HP there.
And he got a reflect up, so.
So he goes for his own V create, dropping his own stats. Yeah, Wicked Blow looks really good here. Oh, that was a Wicked Blow moment for sure.
Yes.
Strength set. Should get you back to full bout. Yeah. So he has teleport, so you can't trap him in. In fact, there's not much you can do to him at all right now. Here he'll probably click. Oh, he does go for Scald. Okay. U-turn. He's got the heavy duty boots on his Pheromosa. Ooh.
Yep.
Are you weakness policy on Moltres or something? What are you running?
I don't remember what I had on for this. I think it was weakness policy.
Ooh, man. Wow, very interesting plays here. I can't imagine why he just went for Earth Power. Okay, so now he's struggle locked basically. It's Pheromosa. So here comes a Sucker Punch. Nope, not this time. Interesting.
My defenses were dropped, so I wanted to pivot out and just sack Moltres to come in clean.
And what item is Urshifu?
Urshifu is Assault Vest.
EV.
Yeah, Assault Vest this game.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, missed opportunity on that wicked blow for sure, I have to say.
yeah, a lot of switching from his side. I definitely wasn't clicking wicked blow like I should have, um, and it put me in a hole that I couldn't come back from. And I mean, even those last couple turns with the moves and stuff, like if I just clicked one thing different, it changes.
Yeah.
Because I think I actually sucker punched twice when I should have wicked blowed. I think I did.
And neither sucker punch went through. Yeah.
Yeah, see.
Yeah.
So I mean, if I would have, like even right there, if I wicked blow, Fairmosa's at 76%. His Nido Queen's at 6. It dies when rocks comes in. And so if that one switch, if I could have predicted it, and let's say I close combat, I have a shot at winning.
Ditto, I think, did beat you 100% of the time there after you were down to just Urshifu.
Well, no, I'm saying if I could have, I had a feeling he was going to switch. So what I could have done is
Right.
I could have close combated there,
Right.
which
And
I
then the sucker
almost,
punch would have finished it off. Yeah.
and then Sucker Punch would have finished everything off. It would have been a roll on Fairmosa, but at least
Right.
it would have been close. But and
Yeah.
I almost did it too. Like we were talking about it after, and I was like, honestly, that last place sucks because I really was like hovering over close combat, and I clicked it, and I canceled.
I think he made some really bad plays. Like you had the potential to take this game if you had played a little bit smarter with your Shifu, I think, for
Yeah, I
sure.
didn't. I didn't preserve my win con with the Urshifu, and I gave up a lot of really just bad plays overall to the switches. And I
Yeah.
mean, you see, it comes down to a very close matchup where he has two mons in the 60s, one at 6% this dies from rocks, and Urshifu's cleaned before, so it's just one of those things where if I would have preserved it a little smarter, it could have been different.
Agreed.
And then this takes us to week 3. This is against Chris this week.
Taunt. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was fine with the taunt.
He thinks he's a rock setter, I guess. I mean, Nido King can't lead Nido King. I could see maybe someone thinking it was going to set rocks. Dance.
That was a clutch disable.
Yeah, that was. And that was actually really smart of him to bring Lash out, seeing that you were bringing that Corsola over and over again.
Yeah, and then he did get the knockoff to get rid of my item. But of course, Lo picks up another kill. He's actually had quite a bit of kills this season.
Yeah. I know. Corsola is one of those sneaky mons who can get like easily like 2 kills a game just with its bulk and utility there.
I think this game he picks up 2 or 3 because he lived here and I strength
Strength that
snapped.
back up.
So he dragon
I
man.
don't think he gets it.
I nightshaded.
There we go. Yeah. That's what he should have prioritized is getting up his hazards. Do you have a defogger on the team? Is Corviknight packing defog?
Yes. Corviknight has for the first 4 weeks, Corviknight's carrying defog.
Gotcha.
I just haven't had to use it really.
Ice punch. Must have expected the switch there. I don't know.
Uh,
That's a weird move to me.
well, I carried Ice Punch because of the Ferrothorn and the Sceptile, and then I really just didn't have a better move to hit, and I was just trying to break the disguise.
Right. That was the thing is I guess he did have the disguise intact.
So
So making an over prediction there isn't a big deal.
it counters, a couple switches as well as breaking disguise if he doesn't. So it's like, why not?
True. True. I agree with that actually. That was a good play. So at this point, you've already won. Yeah. Stunt on him with the tailwind, even though you don't need it.
Yep.
Did you
Well,
record this as a kill, by the way, this situation right here?
yes, because
Okay,
he forfeited with that, so it gave Corbinite the kill.
cool, good. Just making sure you gave whatever you wanted to give the kill to, basically, at that point.
Yeah, Corby's had like no kills, so I gave it to Corby. That one bad. And then this week, this was I think, yeah, this is against Vincent here. So this was my third game against those top couple players on my side of the bracket, from what I personally believe. So this is one of the games where, looking at it, uh, it was going to be. I thought it was going to be close, right? Zapdos can be an issue. I didn't add Rock Slide or any rock type moves to cover Zapdos. Uh,
But here, Urshifu is just like insanely good versus him.
and
If
that
Urshifu doesn't clean this game up, I will be amazed.
and Urshifu was my thing, and it was just playing around it. Uh, and Miltank actually surprised me. I forgot it was so fast.
Yeah, it's 100 base speed. I have Miltank on my team. Good bait and switch, but yeah, bam. There he goes, popping off.
Yeah. Hold on a second, guys. Yeah. So good switch by him. Thankfully, we're faster and we can just click Wicked Blow.
He just has nothing to absorb a Wicked Blow. Yeah. And everything that can maybe take one gets destroyed by close combat. Oh, that was cheeky. Oh yeah. You can't block in ghost types. Man, some players are making some sketchy plays. I'm surprised to see players of such good caliber and renown normally making these plays. Still no item, right?
Still no item. So if I was running like Life Orb,
That probably would have KO'd. That might have been a roll to KO, I think, if you had Life Orb.
well, I mean, let's see. It left him at 37.
I think that was after. Didn't he have lefties? I think he was at that after his lefties recovery.
Oh, he did have lefties. So yeah.
He was down to like 29 or something.
And this was actually worked really well here. So he went to Zapdos. I just went for my Tailwind to go ahead and solve some speed issues. And I went Victini just because I didn't think he could do much.
Oh, interesting. And now that you have the Tailwind, you're able to outspeed him after the agility and KO.
Yeah, after the agility, could still pick up the KO.
Yeah.
Then he goes Suicune.
You just go for the Fusion Bolt. Okay. He's got the Citrus. He's going to finish off there. Huh.
I was unsure how bulky it was, so that's why I sacked Nido just to get more chip.
Yeah, just to get a feel for it.
Yeah, just to not risk losing Urshifu, because Urshifu can hit Mammoth and Miltank.
Yeah, it's got to finish this game for you for sure. No para. Oh, thank goodness. Interesting. I would have definitely gone out into Corsola there.
I should have, because I was seeing the reversal. But
yeah, you'd already seen it.
You know, at that point we were it was 4-2. And you know, I knew when I took it down to its sash or sturdy, it would die from the rocks up and he has no way to clear him.
Right. I'm just looking at like your differential and I'm thinking like, man, you could potentially be up towards the double digits now, I think. Just a small critique of something maybe to work on, you know?
Yeah, I think every game so far I've, gave up that 1 to 2 extra kills that was unneeded just by trying to play it safe and get extra chip into things when I probably could have killed. That was just because I wasn't necessarily sure on what the role would be.
Yeah. And he has heavy duty boots on his Togedemaru actually.
Yeah, we ended up
So
seeing.
the rocks didn't take him out.
So, but either way, we made it through this one. This was week 4. Went 3-1, and of course, slow picking up a couple more kills for us.
Very nice.
And this is my latest game. So for this game against Brooke, um, I finally did. I still don't have an item on Nido King. When I was trying to do it, I was gonna throw a choice scarf on it because I wasn't really gonna use it this week. So I was just gonna throw a choice scarf. But I accidentally took my item off Moltres and put the scarf on Moltres.
Oh my gosh.
So you'll see what happens here when I bring out Moltres.
That's silly. Missed the rock slide. She threw you the GLHD.
I didn't notice that.
That's funny.
So here's my choice scarf Moltres.
You're setting up nasty plots, just having a good old time here.
Just nasty plotting away, and then I realized, and I was like, crap.
That's hilarious. That's some next level prep. Choice scarf, nasty plot, Galarian Moltres. This is not a good situation for Corsola.
And this is where you see me finally change up Corviknight's set.
Double foul playing into Corviknight is just an awful play. That should be a defog. Yeah, that should have happened way sooner. Get out of there.
Yeah, I mean they gave me that extra, and then they go the Lapras, which I understood, but because of the way they play the double foul play, I'm at +4, and I'm attacking with body press.
Yeah, you might. This is going to be close to a sweep. No, yeah. Brave Bird. Okay, yeah. Body press is going to do a lot of damage to Buzzwole.
Well, it hits a lot of their team pretty well. I mean, it hit the Lapras. It'll do really well in the Porygon, in the Buzzwole, or in the.
I think it should basically finish this game, unless. Oh yeah, didn't quite KO there. You got speed though, so.
Yeah, and I actually do invest in a good amount of special bulk and HP on this set because I'm not really killing anything with anything else, and I'm boosting physical defense.
If you had Roost, do you have Roost on this? Yeah, this is game over.
Yep. I was avoiding using it till I needed to, and we see here they go Clefable, which this could have been their way to break through Corviknight.
Yeah.
But thankfully, my opponent misplays here. They're going to Calm Mind, which isn't going to affect me too much. I'm going to just repeat the Brave Bird spams. They Flamethrower, does 15. That's fine. And then right here, I Brave Bird again, and then they Calm Minded.
Oh my gosh.
And I think what happened here, if I'll pause just say it, but what I think was happening was if I Roost there, they're not going to pick up the KO. We're just going to repeat Flamethrowers against some Roost stuff and take our time and wait for a high roll for her. So what I think happened was I think they thought I was going to Roost anyway because of how low I was. So I think they were just going to go ahead and try and set the Clefable up because, it's 6v3.
Yeah, they're tilting right now, I think. If they don't have Wish on their Clefable, then that would be the only reason I could see for that, going for that play. If they have Wish on this Clefable, they needed to click it either during the first or second Brave Bird.
Yeah. So, but that was kind of what I thought, at least, was that they were hoping to go ahead and squeeze in that second one now in front of Corviknight, why they think I'm going to go ahead and Roost up. But instead, I went ahead and did what I did, which was keep attacking it.
That actually was the right play because if they had gotten another Calm Mind up while you roosted, their Flamethrower
it kills
probably would have taken you out. Yeah.
Yeah, because I only lived on like nothing. So then we go here. Leftovers gets me just a little bit. They went Porygon, which was really nice for me. I can body press it.
Oko that
get a little bit more leftovers recovery. Mandibuzz comes out.
Roost up here. Or did you body press? Roost, yeah.
No, I roosted just to be safe.
That's
I
the
was
right play.
reserved at 6-0.
Yeah.
And body press is a 2-hit KO, foul play, and yep.
Oh man, that was awesome. That was beautifully done. That was this Corviknight set was well prepared for your opponent, I think.
Well, when I looked at their team, they didn't have any ghost types, so I knew I could run. And that's the one thing with Corviknight is it gets walled so bad, this set specifically, by a ghost type because my one move to hit it's going to be Brave Bird. I'm going to want to run a lot of bulk, HP, special bulk, and then I'm boosting my physical defense and I'm running leftovers for recovery. So because of that, I'm not hitting as hard with Brave Bird. So because they don't have some ghost stuff, they can't, get me in, trap me, do anything little too fancy. So I was very safe to just body press most of the time.
Yeah.
Um, so that was my games. I'll show you guys. We'll look at the kill count real quick for the team, and that'll I think
Oh,
wrap.
that's bear paws. So I was like, wait a sec, you got Lando?
Yeah. So Corviknight does have I can't put it in, but Corviknight does have 6 kills here, and we got 0 deaths for week 5. But yeah, looking at week 1, Urshifu had 2 kills. Nidoking had 3. Um, and then Galarian Corsola picked up its first victory there. Uh, week 2 against Jamie, that was the week we lost. We had 1 kill for Urshifu, 1 kill for Victini, 1 kill for Moltres, and that was it. We lost the 3-by-3. Week 3 came in against Chris. We got Victini a kill, Corviknight 1 kill, Nidoking picked up a kill, Galarian Moltres picked up a kill, and Galarian Corsola grabbed 2 more kills, bringing it to 3. Uh, against Vincent, Galarian Corsola picks up 2 more kills. It is actually it was tied going out of week 4 as my kill leader.
Corsola.
Yeah, Corsola sitting at 1.
Isn't it? Urshifu's above it.
Corsola's at 5 kills. Urshifu is at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kills. They were literally like right there neck and neck at the end of week 4 for my kill count.
That's awesome. I love seeing Galarian Corsola get the love.
And Corviknight's my leader now because Corviknight just recorded 6 this week. So Corviknight will have 7, Urshifu has 6, and Corsola has 5.
Nice. Corviknight has as many kills as my kill leader, but my kill leader has 0 deaths.
Well, Corviknight was supposed to die.
That's true. That's true.
That
last game, I think you're really starting to hit your stride a little bit.
Yeah, it's going pretty good. And we'll actually look at what half of this video. And that's kind of just doing a midweek report card, looking at standings and seeing how things are shaking out on my side of the division. So like I said, I'm through week 5 now. We managed to win here this week. And what's really nice, so Vincent plays Bear. That's still on the schedule. Bear also still plays Jamie, who's sitting at number 1. And Jamie still plays Matt. So all the guys who are above me and the one guy who is right under me all play each other still, which is really nice. And I made it out of 3 of those 4 matches. So
yeah,
that's the one thing that I really do like for my playoff chances. We look right here. I had Brooke this week. Vincent's playing Bear. So Bear's going to take a second loss, or Vincent takes his second loss.
No, his third. Vincent's 2-2, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he already is 2-2. Who did he lose to?
He lost to Jamie, and he lost to you.
Oh yeah,
he played Jamie, right? Yeah, he lost to Jamie.
Yeah. So Vincent can take his 3rd loss, which is really good for me.
Yeah.
Because right now there's only 2 people with 1 loss each. That's me, Bear, and Jamie's undefeated. So if he can go ahead and just give Vincent his 2nd loss or his 3rd loss and push him down, that'd be really nice. Jamie this week is playing the Dracoviches. I think they already completed. I think Jamie managed that win. So he's 5-0 right now as well. Then we look at week 6 and notable matches here in week 6. We have this is going to be that start of the gauntlet. Now Vincent turns around and plays Matt. Right.
That's a huge game.
So he ended up playing me, or he plays Jamie, me, Bear, and Matt in a row. Uh, and this is what I like is it gives us a chance for these guys to all beat each other up a little bit. Um, I'll play the Clawitzers. They're 1-4 right now. Uh, so hopefully we can manage that win. I think I have a good matchup. Uh, Matt or Jamie is playing Bear this week. So let's go Bear. Give him a loss or give Bear his second loss. Either way, I'm okay with it.
Either way, that actually helps you out a lot.
Yeah, either way, it works for me.
Yeah, that's a good week for you, actually.
And then we have Matt versus Jamie the very next week. So same principle, Jamie can drop two back to back, and I can manage to get through those couple weeks there, right here against the Scrafties, who are 0-5 right now. They already played this week. So I'm playing the 9 and 10 ranked seed here, so I'm hoping to make it through those. It's still going to be close games, I think, but I do think my team has a little bit of an edge with Urshifu and my Nido King finally having an item.
Yeah, that'll be
So
nice.
hopefully we get through those, and that puts us right there because, like I said, they're all playing each other, right? Jamie is going to either knock Bear down with a loss or he's going to take a loss. Matt's going to help Vincent fall farther, or Vincent's going to keep Matt from rising. They're both 2-2. They're all playing each other. So that's a really nice thing for me is already getting past three of those games and only taking my one loss. Week 8 is I don't think we have any crazy matchups. I'll be playing the Dracoviches. They're at 4 right now. I think they're right behind me. Yep, they're at 4. So that'll be a big one to.
Well, and he's now 2-3. You said, I think, right? So
Yeah, he's 2-3 this week because he
right.
lost to Jamie. So
Daniel's actually a solid player. He's decent.
I mean, undefeated so far. It's pretty good. Only player on our side. So
No, not Jamie. Daniel. I said
oh,
he's actually a pretty good player.
heard. I haven't played him yet. I'm excited for that one. I think that'll be tough. And then of course we end the season playing off against Matt here. And for this Matt, he'll be playing Vincent. Very good match there. Uh, you'll have, Chris against, and Chris has been getting better every week. So I think that could become tricky for him. Uh, didn't mean to do that. So yeah, I think right now, if I was to guess, I do think we can make the playoffs. I think we have a really good percentage right now making it just because I think out of our last 4 weeks, I think it is. I honestly predict I'm going 2-2. Uh,
I
I'm,
can't see you losing. Yeah, more than two of those games actually.
and that's the thing. Like worst case scenario, I go 2-2 because I have, you know, 4 games. 2 of them are really good players. So even if I drop against both those guys, that puts us at 4, 5, 6, and that puts us 6-3. And like I said, everyone's playing everybody right here. All these guys who are, in this 6 and up slot, they're all going to have to give each other a couple losses. So if Jamie ends up winning, he's going to give this guy his third loss. He's giving this guy his third loss. He's giving this guy because this guy already got his third loss. So everyone's going to be playing everybody here and giving up losses. And Bear is still going to play this guy. Bear's still playing this guy. Bear still plays this guy. So I think even if we drop 2, I think we still have a shot at holding that 4 slot. Right now, if I win 3, I'm in pretty much because if I take a second loss, everyone here is already at 2 or more losses. Right? He's already picked up his third. He's 2-2. He hasn't played this week. He's 2-2. He's 2-3. He lost to Bear.
Oh, he did lose to Bear. He's 2-3, man.
So, if we manage to get through and we only drop one of our last 4 games at 2 losses, we're pretty much guaranteed right now because everyone under us has 3 or more losses.
Yeah,
And
I
I
think at
think
this point, who is Vincent playing? Let's see. He's got Matt. That's going to be huge then. He's got Kentucky
Matt,
Corviknights. That'll be probably a win for him, I would guess. Chicago Scrafty, same. Yeah, I think Vincent is probably the person most gunning for seed 4 at this point.
um,
I wouldn't count Matt out yet, but I mean, I'm surprised to see him down at 2 and 3 for sure.
Well, Vincent has Bear.
Oh, Vincent does have Bear, yeah.
He has Bear. He has the Dracoviches, and he has Matt. So Vincent's got three very tough games out of his last four here.
Interesting. This is a pretty competitive division down through like even through the top half, I think.
I think even like all the way down to seven is just a pretty.
Yeah.
Chris is new to singles, similar to me, but he understands the basic. I mean, he's 2-2. He picked up wins against. Let's see who he played already. He played the Dracoviches, and he won that.
He did win it in a close one. Nice.
He ended up winning that game. He lost to Vincent. He lost to me, and then he beat who was his other one against the Corviknights. So I mean, him beating the Dracoviches there kind of shows, and that's someone you said was a pretty good player.
Yeah.
So that shows that he's learning pretty well, and being new, he's getting better every week. I feel like. So I'd say just from 1 to 7, this is a very tough division. Brooks good. Uh,
Mm-hmm. She's gotten a lot better too. So I mean, the knowledge is coming. You know.
Yeah, and she's just getting, she's going to be a player who I think next draft league is going to really be able to show out a lot more because she's getting the experience. I don't know who the Clawitzers or Scrafties are actually.
I know Scrafty's is Jake Reed. He has a YouTube channel. I've never played him, and I've never seen much of him playing. But I mean, his record I think kind of speaks for itself at this point, at least in draft. I mean, he might not be as familiar with draft leagues. I don't know.
So yeah, Jake and Steven. Um, and if we look at the teams I play for the next 4 weeks, that decide whether I make it, we play Steven here. So we're gonna have to go against Zera Aura, Urshifu. Toxapex could be an issue for our team. Um, Incineroar, Reggie Drago, Obstagoon, Crobat, Vaporeon, Reggie Gigas, who I'm not worried about, Duraludon, Flareon, Flink. So out of these guys, the only real ones here that worry me is the Toxapex and the Zeraora. Um,
Yeah.
Toxapex, Toxapex just caused a lot of issues. So I think for Toxapex, I'm really going to have to bank on trapping it with Corsola and preventing him from doing a lot of regenerator switches. And keeping it around. So I think that's going to be one of the things I'm really going to look at in that game is getting Corsola to get the trap in on Toxapex. Hopefully he goes for Toxic. I can trap it and go from there. Corsola also gets Parasong.
Yep.
He's probably not going to watch this. So I did plan. I did look at it. I did decide I'm going to run a Whirlpool Parasong trap set. Just to deal with Toxapex because I really don't have a lot on my team that can hit it well. Wicked Blow's like a 2-hit KO, I think, depending on how bulky he makes it. It might even be a roll. But it's just a big issue for my team specifically. So I am going to implement that little Parish Trap set.
That'll be good. It'll have to be specifically for Toxapex since he does have a lot of mons that have like initiative type switch moves, but or momentum creating switch moves like the Zeraora with Volt Switch or Shifu U-turn, Incineroar U-turn, Obstagoon I think gets U-turn. I know Crobat definitely gets U-turn.
Yeah, Crobat gets U-turn. Incineroar has Parting Shot.
Parting Shot too.
Aurora has Volt Switch. Who else? Let's see. We also play. We've already played Jamie. We've already played Chris, Vincent, Steven, myself. We've already got through Bear. Got through Brooks. So we'll play these two guys. Jake's team, the Galarian Darmanitan, Hydreigon, Tyranitar, Skullpleed, Galarian, Slowbro, Scrafty, Drapion, Gastrodon, Eldergross, Cramorant, Scraggy, Meowstic.
He's got Scrafty and Scraggy.
Yeah. I mean, he is the Scrafties. He should have both.
Yeah.
I mean, Galarian Darm's always an issue. It hits really hard. It has a good speed tier. You could run it with Choice Band plus Guerrilla Tactics and do a lot. I think for this game, I'm actually going to end up scarfing my Victini.
Yeah. I mean, Scarf G Darm is probably gonna come, I would think.
Yeah, I could always sash my Victini as well if I really need to. Um,
Yeah.
Fusion Flare will kill. I have to do rolls on that, but I feel kind of confident about that game. Just because you look at the other stuff. I
Urshifu
think
has another heyday for sure.
I mean Urshifu hits pretty much everything here pretty well. Between close combats, wicked blows, as long as I read the switches and get those working. My opponent really doesn't have anything too stally for me here.
I actually think that something like a Scarf Urshifu would even work really well here because U-turn is really good against this team.
Hmm, that could be a tech. We'll consider that one.
Just something to think about.
We play Daniel. Daniel has Spectier and Reggie Lucky. Um, Spectier is an issue because I've seen him run it scarfed quite a bit, or not scarfed, sash. So it is not a sucker punch KO. Um, but I have a couple ideas for Spectier, how we're going to counter that. Reggie Lucky is one that could be interesting. He does run Explode on it. Um, so he runs Explosion, the electric types. We do have ground, so we at least could ground switch in. And I will probably carry a Protect on Nidoking for that game just to bait out Explosion.
Quagsire, Quagsire looks like it could definitely do some work here.
Kingdra, Pelipper, so you see some Weather Rushers. Um,
Ice Cube, that's a yeah. So did Daniel beat Matt then, huh?
I think so.
I think he swept Matt with Ice Cube. I think that's what I heard. I thought it was Jamie for some reason, but it must have been Daniel, huh?
I know he almost got Jamie, but then Jamie used Ditto and swept him back with it, Ice Cube of his own.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, I like that matchup. And then lastly, we have Matt. So this is one of the ones that is a little bit more tricky, I feel, because he's a very good player. He does have the Zygarde. We've seen him bring that in and use that as a setup sweeper. Um, honestly, I feel really good against the majority of his team, except for the Tapu Fini.
The Finny is a. I was gonna say the Finny's huge versus you. It looks like.
The Finny can wall out quite a bit, but the other thing to notice with his team is there is the only ghost Pokemon Spiritomb, first of all. So Corviknight could be useful here. If we look at things that Urshifu checks, Urshifu covers Celebi, it covers Cobalion, it can cover Excadrill, it can cover Zygarde, it can hit Sharpedo, handles Helios pretty well, it checks Audino, it hits Rotom really hard. Um, the only things to go back and hit it with a flying type move. Finny pretty much walls it. So I think for that game, it's just going to be switching around to cover the Finny. So I might pull out some double switches. That could be a thing because I haven't really got to try that, so I might try that game. Um, but also I think that it might be the perfect game to actually bring different members from my team.
Yeah, we'll see.
Valiant Moltres.
I think I think your Nido King is looking absolutely terrifying for him to deal with.
Yeah, you got Sludge Wave for Finny,
I can't
Earthquake
see a
for
thing
Cobalion,
that's gonna check your Nido King.
Earthquake there, Rocks for there,
Yeah, Moltres maybe, because
Moltres,
I would go with a special set for sure
Cobalion,
here.
Cobalion, Celebi, Sharpedo, it can hits Heliolisk, hits Audino. Yeah, so I mean, no King could run through a good chunk of it.
Definitely, Rotom Regular is like almost his best check for it, which is sad.
Just because of Levitate.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Oh, jeez. That's one thing I will say. Fun off-topic comment here is I never understood why they let Rotom Fan keep Levitate.
Because it's already flying type.
Yeah, I was just like, what a wasted moment to like hope Rotom Fan actually be moderately viable. because the other ones they have the typing and they have they all have a decent mood pool and Rotom Fan just by having levitate and being flying type, it was just so. I mean, I guess it's cool for avoiding mold breaker, but that's
That's what I was gonna say. Is like that's the one thing it can do that the other Rotoms can't is avoid mold breaker.
and it's like I don't know. I do wish they would have did something else with its ability because it doesn't need
Yeah,
levitate. I don't.
it would be weird though. It'd just be inconsistent.
Or give them hidden. Dude, Rotoms don't have hidden abilities, right?
Their only ability is levitate.
You know what? Bring back the Dream Radar and give us some new hidden abilities, Pokemon. That's my thing right now. Dream Radar, new abilities for all the Rotoms.
I agree. In fact, we're going to be talking about new abilities on the Wandering Legend podcast in a couple of weeks, and I've been trying to brainstorm on some ideas for abilities.
That's right. You got the plug. I'm proud of you.
Always.
Hidden secret plug there.
Shameless plug. Check us out on Wandering Legends podcast.
Yeah. Why not, guys? It's fun. But yeah, so that's my side of the bracket. Yeah, that's where we stand. That's our matches so far. Um, Overall, Steven, what is your brief summary of this side of the bracket, looking at it as a competitor on the other side?
I would say, so yours, like I said, I think it's a little more deep. I don't know that like the top tier competition is maybe quite as good as ours. It's still pretty good. I mean, I have to admit. But I think that it's a little more deep and that you could see a lot of teams potentially sneaking into that 4 spot. And your job, I think, is to just take care of business. Like you said, if you can go even with like a 50% win percentage in these last few games, you should be able to easily get into the playoffs. I think even if you only won 2, you will still probably get in.
Yeah, I think 2-2 still holds us that 4 spot because we do have the head-to-heads against Bear, against Vincent, which is really important, and everyone does play each other. Which that's the beauty of getting through those games. It only one loss is we avoided Bear, we avoided Vincent, we got the wins. So the last of those top 4 players we play is going to be Matt. So that would be our second potential loss, and I think that's going to be a great game. But I at least see a lot of good checks on our side for his team. So that'll be fun. I'm excited to play him.
I think the matchup honestly is in your favor. If I had to just look at it right here and see what he has that really beats up on you versus what you have that beats up on him, you have a lot more that can exploit his team composition, I think. Not a lot more, but I mean a pretty decent amount, in my opinion.
Yeah, it'll definitely be fun. Oh, I forgot I had Cloister.
Yeah.
Fun fact: I haven't used Cloister at all.
I had Cloister on my season 2 team. It was fun.
Huh.
Actually, it wasn't that fun. I tried to use it to hacks Matt Chaw, and it just did not work at all. I was running I
King's
was
Rock.
running King's Rock. Yeah, I was running the King's Rock set. And I was doing I had 2 mons with para moves, so I was like trying to para his team and just flinch it to death. But
I might try and make it work. I don't know. We'll see.
I had the worst luck. It was like incredible. Like he didn't get flinched or parried. He got parried once finally. Never got flinched. Got parried once, and it was like when he had already. It was like way too late in the game. So
At the point where it was over.
yeah, exactly.
All right, guys. Well, with that, I think that's a wrap. Like we said in the beginning of the video, check Steven's channel. There will be links in the description. Be sure to give a like, subscribe to both my channel as well as Steven's. And I hope you guys enjoy the content. There'll be another video on his side going over his side of the bracket. They give y'all a full grand finals playoff picture and comment who you are expecting to make the 4. You guys can see the teams. You saw the rankings. Make a guess. Let me know your predictions. If you get it right, I'll build you a team.
Heck yeah, can't go wrong with that. It's been a fun time being over on your channel. I'm excited for you to come over to mine, man.
All right. Yeah, man. I always love having you on here, and it's always fun doing these stuff. So, with that, any last words, Steven?
Not much. Just wish your man Chris here some good luck going into the last half of the season, and we're excited to update you more as we get closer to playoffs.
Sounds good to me. Over and out, y'all. Enjoy.
Peace.